Prior to revealing the output of our final project, it is worth noting that we decided to create a working definition of alternative media by synthesizing the works of Sandoval and Fuchs, Albert, Rodriguez, DeLorean, Finks, and Wettergren. The definition is primarily informed by two of Mowbray's logics, participatory and critical emancipatory, and we have called this type of media participatory critique. Participatory critique points to a group of media that intentionally critique corporate mind control in a public space that has been ceded to consumer culture and market-driven logics. In the context of this project, participatory critique begins in the form of a culture jam and calls for the formation of a polymorphic ensemble on Twitter. We do not feel our project follows a heterodox creative logic because we intentionally tried to maintain the professional, clean, and safe aesthetics of the original ads and packaging in order to subvert the meaning of the ad using critical content that challenges social order. Please look at the slide now for our final definition. Despite the fact that we do not think the heterodox creative logic is the most suitable logic to define our final output, we have used some heterodox creative techniques that are worth noting. Please pause the video here and review the slide to see them.
The first item we jammed was the packaging for the Amazon Echo. We wanted to co-opt this packaging to alter the meaning of the product. Originally, the exterior of the box contained various Alexa commands down the left-hand side, and we rewrote those commands to highlight the realities of worker exploitation at Amazon. We included our original phrase, Alexa, mute the workers, along with others, such as skip bathroom breaks and stop worker unions. These phrases take the language of Alexa commands and use it to promote a political message, that there is more going on behind the scenes of these products. By vandalizing this packaging, we can distribute our message using Amazon's own tools.
We also jammed the inside of the Amazon Echo box. So what we decided to do here was put a portable urinal and toilet paper inside the box to replace the Amazon Echo and its charging port. This decision was made in response to Amazon warehouse and delivery employees having to pee in bottles during work shifts. This recent news has garnered a lot of attention on Twitter, especially because Amazon denied accusations prior to admitting that they were unjustifiably exploiting their employees. The portable urinal we have included in this box is sold on Amazon, which adds to the irony of this jam. We have included a jammed logo on the inside of the box that emulates the graphics that have been circulating on Twitter, whereby the Amazon arrow is pointing into the portable urinal to represent a worker peeing in a bottle. On the bottom of the box, there is an image titled Jugs of Pee, Sporadic Reports and Sightings. This image illustrates where workers in the USA have reported peeing in bottles during Amazon shifts. The manual is best described as subvertising, a term Dairy defines as the production and dissemination of anti-ads that attempt to turn the consumer's attention in a given direction. Each page of the manual will be discussed in depth later in this video.
This is our jammed manual front cover. We especially liked it because of the ear, which illustrates, of course, the Echo as a speaker and tool of surveillance, but can also represent Amazon's failure to listen to its workers. We co-opted the language of user guides to state that our jammed manual educates audiences about the truth of Amazon's worker exploitation and the darker realities of its devices. Rather than being a manual that engages positively with Amazon, it is a tool of resistance against Amazon. The acronym EAST stands for each of our names, as we are the creators, and it allows us to maintain anonymity.
This simple to set up and use guide serves as a table of contents for our final project and outlines the key components of our participatory critique. I will go through each step and quickly describe what was jammed and why we jammed what we did. So step 1, plug in the Echo was changed to open your Amazon Echo bot. The portable urinal that we placed inside the box has been placed on top of the Echo in this ad, and the toilet paper is placed on top of the charging port. We have included the jammed Amazon arrow to critique employees having to pee in these portable urinals. Step 2, connect to the internet was changed to connect with your new items. You'll need them as an Amazon employee, and the icon on the phone was changed to a urinal instead of the Alexa app. Step 3, just ask Alexa for music, etc. was changed to read the new Alexa manual to unveil the truth behind your Echo, and the icons were changed to represent the themes of each subvertisement. And finally, step 4 became a call to action that reminds users to follow our Twitter page at Mute Amazon and join the conversation about worker exploitation. The Wi-Fi icon was replaced with a hashtag, and the light bulb has conversation bubbles to subvert the meaning of the light bulb, and it now is meant to represent that users have ideas rather than the light bulb as being another consumable technology.
We wanted to include an image in our manual that breaks down the anatomy of the Amazon Echo. Spreads like this are pretty common to see in user manuals to help explain each part of the device. We wanted to subvert this to show what Amazon devices are really made of. Trying to keep the same or similar verbiage as the original Echo parts, we changed them to reveal the corrupt nature of the company. For example, we changed the action button to say no organized action, referring to the difficulties Amazon workers face when trying to unionize. We removed 3.5mm audio output and replaced it with 24/7 productivity output to point to the impossibly high productivity standards that are set for workers. We changed the power port to loss of power, echo shell to echo chamber, and made 2 volume down buttons to show how Amazon silences its workers. These are all things that go into the creation of the Amazon that consumers may be unaware of. Created with critical emancipatory logics in mind, we have used semiotic defamiliarization here to subvert these instructions and create oppositional content. You can pause the video now to take a closer look at the individual parts we jammed.
We have included our first culture jam in the manual as it inspired this much larger critique of capitalism, corporate mind control, and worker exploitation. Just as a reminder from our first jam, the hashtag #AskAlexa serves as the slogan for this final project, and it is consistently displayed on all of the subvertisements.
This ad was part of the same campaign as our original Culture Jam, and we liked the illustration so much that we wanted to turn it into a series. This Amazon ad originally advertised the Amazon Echo as a tool which makes life easier by performing everyday tasks for you, in this case, reordering dog food. We jammed this ad to communicate a message about injustice in the workplace. Amazon workers have come forward saying that Amazon does not provide its employees with the required 30-minute lunch breaks. Because shifts were reported to be understaffed, this made it difficult for employees to even take a short 10-minute break, creating a negative impact on their mental health and overall well-being. This is a subvertisement as it takes the original ad and moves it in a completely opposite direction. We added a tag to the dog's collar that has our jammed Amazon logo on it to demonstrate how this dog, like the workers at Amazon, are owned by Amazon. Once this dog is labeled as an Amazon worker, they no longer have agency over their bodily functions, in this case, eating and resting. We changed the slogan to Alexa cancel food breaks to again co-opt the Alexa commands to expose the ways Amazon controls their workers. We then jammed the Echo Dot and renamed it the Echo Bot to illustrate how Amazon workers are treated as less than human due to high productivity standards and lack of breaks. The small text underneath reads, "Don't be a bot, use your voice," and then directs audiences to our Twitter where they can engage in dialogue about the injustices of Amazon.
For our next jam, we decided to jam the Echo Bot to make light of the fact that Amazon workers are not in unions. We changed the wording from the original ad, which says Alexa, call for Granny, to Alexa, call for a union. We then changed the diamond on the ring they had to a hand clenched together representing the workers and their call for action. We then changed the description on the bottom, which discusses how Alexa can be used to keep people connected by being able to call and message someone through Alexa, and promoting Alexa to again bring light to the fact that if workers try to unionize, they risk losing their job and stay silenced. In our description, we included our hashtag, which is hashtag #AskAlexa, which we want circulating on Twitter. Finally, we changed it from Echo Dot to Echo Bot, and in the fine print on the bottom, promoted our Twitter.
We have changed the title of the ad, which reads, "Alexa, what are the latest football game scores?" to "Alexa, what are the latest FC game scores?" because Amazon recently announced the introduction of 6 mini games called FC games at their warehouses. These games are intended to increase worker productivity and are a salient example of the gamification of the workplace. Amazon is now disguising work as play in the hopes to incentivize workers to continuously repeat the same monotonous tasks as quickly as possible. With the introduction of these games at warehouses, the argument can be made that Amazon is creating Echo bots, not dots.
The last advertisement graphic is more of a humorous one, playing off Jeff Bezos' space company Blue Origin. Recent reports state that Bezos is wanting to charge people $200,000 to send them to space. We play on this fact by switching the original advertisement talking about women in space to Bezos colonizing it. He has already gained much control on Earth, and now he's moving up to space, giving first access to the super rich at the expense of his employees. This is seen through the safety concerns employees have raised, which can be explored more on the Twitter page, which will be mentioned further. We wanted to mention Bezos directly to showcase the contrast of his wealth and power to the treatment of his workers. To add some humor to the project, we placed a photo of Bezos himself into the rocket, which pulls in the audience's attention. Please also note at the very bottom of the graphic, we direct the audience to the Twitter page where further information on the topic can be found, such as employees' concerns. Alright, so in order to make the project participatory, we built up the Twitter account made for our original Culture Jam. The intent of the Twitter page is to expose the reality of Amazon worker exploitation. The Twitter page is made to allow the audience to engage with the information, as well as respond to our tweets and retweet them. It must also be noted that the Twitter page is a combination of both original tweets and retweets from other sources. The original tweets consist of sharing the Culture Jammed advertisements and manual cover. The fact that it is Culture Jammed is highlighted, and the audience is told to participate by looking at the original and altered versions to spot the differences made. The retweets are carefully selected to ensure they provide a useful tool to the audience. Many of the retweets consist of informative videos which visualize the issue of worker exploitation. Other tweets link out to articles which depict first-hand experiences in the logistics of the issues, such as the battles to unionize. The reliance the Twitter page has on retweets is because of its intent to educate people on the issue of Amazon worker exploitation. Therefore, while our graphics introduce the issue, the Twitter page is used to amplify other voices and directly provide the audience with the tools to educate themselves.
If we were able to distribute our jam in person, we would plan to do so on Western's campus. This is because our target audience is students, as Amazon also targets students through their incentives such as Amazon Prime Student, which offers discounts of Amazon Prime to students. We chose to distribute the Echo Bots in 6 and 12-pack boxes to exemplify Amazon's standardization of both the worker and the workplace.